Look there. Tonight, a good one in the NFC. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Los Angeles. Welcome to you, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson. Chase McLaughlin set to get it started. Off we go from Southern California. They'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out, Greg, by the #1 overall pick way back in 2009, Matthew Stafford.
Stafford was one of those guys, Mike, that I think through the first half of his career was probably the most underappreciated quarterback in the entire league. The talent was always undeniable. But what he was constantly discredited for was just the fact that he was on some really bad teams that were left to play really irrelevant football down the stretch. Immediately changed that narrative the second he joined a championship roster. Now, he's just trying to see if he can add some more hardware to that resume and solidify that legacy even further.
Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
Well, it's hard to imagine starting a game much better than that. Great play design. You can tell all week they love that play to start the game, and, man, you can see why.
Now first down throw for Stafford. Quickly to the forward Buckeye, Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. And they'll take this down inside the 35. And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Looking Smith and Jigba's way again, and again a catch. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Second and 10 at the Bucs 33-yard line.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. On the ground, former Notre Damer Kyron Williams. And they'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down.
The 30-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the shotgun, it's Stafford. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
To the big guy, and he's going to have the Rams first down. They wind up getting 4 on that 4th and 1. We have an injured player for the Rams on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he will score! Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Rams. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Rams will take a 7-0 lead.
Buccaneers, nothing. Cameron Dicker to kick
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Johnson now to return. Oh, wow! He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. And they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it. We'll find out early on what the plan is.
18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down. On the bootleg, it's Mayfield. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Good work there defensively. Knocked it away, and that pass falls incomplete. Trying to hook up with Cade Otton that time around. 3rd down coming up.
Really nice play there by the defender, Mike, and not only to force the incomplete, but it's the timing. Understanding if he gets there too early, you bring in PI. You get there too late, it leads to a completion. That time he times it just right and knocks the ball away.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Emeka Ibuka, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
The Rams offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Look wide, get this one complete, and he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 26-yard line.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Man in motion, heading left. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. A pickup there of 25 yards. Good for a Rams first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
We had a feeling coming into the game that they were going to get this guy plenty of touches, and you can see from this early success why. The defense is going to have to make some adjustments here because they have had no answers thus far.
The motion man here is McClure. On the play fake, here's Stafford. That's caught downfield. McLaurin brings it in. 25 yards, the pickup there. First down, L.A.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming.
And it's going to be first and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves first and goal inside the low red zone.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Rams. Make it 2 touchdowns in the very first quarter of play.
Tell you what, this offense has come out and they have completely dominated here in the early going, Mike. I mean, this has just been methodical, sustained, back-to-back drives right down the field. And then to finish in the red zone, man, you just can't draw it up any better than that.
Dicker now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Rams move out on top, 14-0.
Buccaneers, nothing.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Johnson now to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Buccaneers offense ready for their second possession. They're an early hole, 14-0. Start digging out soon. Begin this drive, first and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Our pass, it's complete. It's Shepard.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning first and second down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in third and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
A gain of 7.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, like just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties, make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
A gain there of 21. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
Watch the running back's patience here, Mike. He's slow, and then he hits it. That's the key here. If he goes too fast, their linemen aren't ready yet. Really well executed. Great run.
On first down, right back to White. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Good run after a good run. This one for 14 yards and another first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And I'll tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
He was taken down by Kirby Joseph. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's second and 3. Throwing is Baker. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front.
And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the fourth quarter.
And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. First down. Good work, boys. Let's go. We move. Let's go.
Still first down.
So now, from half the distance closer, here's first and goal. Baker to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the side and takes it in. Sean Tucker. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. He's got it. And the Buccaneers are on the board. It's now 14-7.
14. Buccaneers 7.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Rams offense running back Josh Jacobs heading back on the field. And he has been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we're going to see much more of him as this game goes on. On first down, Stafford. To the middle, Smith and Jigbo with the grab. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the first down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
And he'll get about 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. They're going to work this down inside the 45. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Rams first down.
1st and 10 at the 42.
So after 1, the Rams out to the early lead. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. Second quarter now. Rams in control of the football. Set to go now on 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. He's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of a yard.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
That's Goddard in motion. 2nd down, it's Stafford. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Dallas Goddard. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
That's Goddard in motion. Stafford now on 3rd down. Slant, Smith and Jigba has it. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there for that. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good 2nd down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback. Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic, and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time, he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
Throw on 3rd down, Stafford, and that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Dicker's kick is good. And the Rams build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So, Dicker back out after the field goal. He'll send this one away. On the return is Sean Tucker. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Bucs offense, running back Rashad White, ready for this next possession. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Open man downfield. That's Godwin. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So a big one there to start the drive. 32 yards.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
They go play action with Mayfield. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Rams' 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. It's Otten in motion. The RPO, they'll get this to Ibuka.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. This one's broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Mayfield to throw. This one is caught by Shepard. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Buccaneers.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient, and now they get another 1st down.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
On 2nd down, Baker will find his running back, White. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They send Godwin in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to have a Bucs 1st down. Although it didn't didn't appear he got it by much. He needed 4, and that's what he got to convert 3rd and 4.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on 3rd down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
He'll run with White. Marked down at the 6.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Swing this one out to White. And he's so close to the goal line. Couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up 3rd and goal. They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
That one didn't have a chance, Mike. They do a great job of getting penetration, clogged up the run lanes, and now this offense has a decision to make here on 4th down.
This has been quite the drive. 3 points would kind of feel like a letdown, so they're going to go for it here on 4th and goal. Chris Godwin, touchdown Buccaneers.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. It's up and through. And the Bucs are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14.
Buccaneers 14.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. To return, it's Kyron Williams. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Rams offense running back Josh Jacobs heading back on the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Stafford now. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
13 yards.
That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire 1st half, and just seems this possession's going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
They'll run the toss to Jacobs. And that one going to be closed down the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Stafford. That's out wide to Williams. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, here comes the veteran, Brian Anger. Cameron Johnson, deep for Tampa Bay. And he's going to be knocked down before he can even think about returning that ball. Whoa! The Buccaneers offense and receiver Chris Godwin set to take over again. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. They drop this underneath to White. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
17 yards that time to number 17.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. They're able now to go down and come away with points. They'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break. As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. And that one's just too long to get going. They'll come up and stop him before the lineman to get out to lead the way.
No gain on the play.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision, and that's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
He'll go. It's White. And he's going to have the Buccaneers 1st down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive.
2 yards.
They knew they were in a tough spot here defensively. Anytime a team gets you down into these 4th and short situations, we've kind of seen this take hold in the NFL. The ability of offenses to generate 1st downs on 4th down continues to improve year after year, and defenses have a hard time winning these gotta-have-it moments.
So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This a 57-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this is going to remain a 3-point game.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these 2 squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the 3rd quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. On the return, here comes Tucker. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Throwing is Mayfield. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
Second down throw for Mayfield. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Vita Vea gets up for a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, as they face this possible 3 and out following that 2nd down sack, now if you're the quarterback, you've got to be thinking, get the ball out of my hand, find a matchup I like downfield, and try to push this ball past the sticks and keep this drive alive.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Godwin working the right side. And he's going to be out of bounds. He is well shy of where he needed to get to. It'll bring up 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. That's where the offense will take over. The Rams offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. On the play fake, here's Stafford. Working across the field, there's McClurry. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. 17 yards that time to number 17.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here, just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that, they're going to find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And the left first and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
A run on first and goal. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Stafford now on second down. They're called in at the 2. And he's close to the goal line but didn't get in. Good job to make sure he doesn't cross the plane. And now it's third and goal.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today.
And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Matthew Stafford. Touchdown, L.A. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
Point after now from Dicker. It's up and good. And the Rams go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead.
14.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Johnson now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. The deficit is 10, 24-14. The work to do as they come up for first and 10. Off the play fake. It's Mayfield. That one is caught by Ibuka. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
It's second and inches at the 37-yard line.
Second and inches. Baker gonna hand it to White. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. Third and short, fourth and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Get this complete right side to Otten. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. To throw is Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to White. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
5 yards on the play, and it's third down.
Here's Mayfield. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
To return, it's Shaheed. And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. The Rams offense running back Josh Jacobs heading back on the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
2nd down, it's Stafford. Over the middle, Smith and Jigba with the ground. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. They gain 18 yards on that one. 1st down, L.A.
10 at the 40-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
14 more yards.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
10 at the 40.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Back-to-back, some nice runs. This one good for 11 and another 1st down.
At the 34-yard.
Starting to see it back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
He'll manage only a couple. Benjamin Morrison there to bring him down.
Brought down at the 31. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
A shotgun snap to Stafford. Got it with Smith and Jigba. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
On the play. That's good for a Rams. 1st down.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy. Everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
Here's Jacobs. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Now a 2nd down throw for Stafford. And that's over Everybody out of the back of the end zone. It is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And it's going to bring up a third down. They'll go with the sneak. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
That's another Rams first down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal.
Brings up second.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 1, second and goal. One more time, it's Jacobs. And he's into the end zone yet again. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Kicker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Rams will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Buccaneers 14. Cameron Dicker.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Johnson now to return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Bucs offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field to try to establish some tempo. They start this one with first and 10. Throwing is Baker. Quick slap into the hands of Laruka. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They get 11 and quickly pick up the first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Left side to Godwin. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hands, and results in a completion.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They get 25 on that connection. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
And And despite things looking pretty bleak at the moment, I think you got to respect the fact they're out there swinging. They're trying to pull off a double-digit comeback here in the fourth quarter.
Mayfield to throw it here on first down. Inside the 10, it is caught. And it'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up first and goal.
First and goal.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the fourth quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's first and goal.
He'll step up and run. Down to the 4. It'll be second and goal.
He was brought
Down in the red zone, design quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for. But in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short game.
Inside the 5, it is second and goal. The slot man in motion right. On second down, Baker. A look to the end zone, and it's broken up. Incomplete. There was no space, no separation that time. That's going to bring it to third and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Good blocking, and he's in. Baker Mayfield. Touchdown, Tampa. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
McLaughlin now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Buccaneers are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Buccaneers, 21.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. Shaheed now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. First and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
It's going to be third. They need one. It's the quarterback with the sneak. That's going to be pretty close. Looked at first glance that he had it in. He does. First down.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Check. Crunch.
Here's Stafford. Wright, Smith, and Jigba has it. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Just take what the defense is giving you. And you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down.
Third and 1.
Stafford. He's got the first down and more than that. That's a dozen for number 12, and he's got a first down as well.
That's good for a Rams first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, you might be running out of time.
And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9. He's setting up second and short.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Throwing, Stafford. Down to the 10. And he's in. Harry, Warren, touchdown, Rams.
And here's a great example, Mike, of how experience and having some veteran players at these key spots, they can work so well together. The whole idea is you need to see the game through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think that's what the receiver did such a nice job in. He was on time, he was accurate, and you never fool your quarterback. When you have two guys like this that are operating on the same page, you can see the result.
Point after now from Dicker. The kick is good. And the Rams tack on one more to their lead.
Buccaneers 21. Cameron Dicker to kick
After
off
the
for
touchdown,
Chargers.
here's Dicker out to send this one away. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. On first and 10, here's Baker. A pass, it's complete. It's Shepard.
Complete to Sterling Shepard. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here from the gun, it's Mayfield. It's over the middle of the tight end, Otten. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A gain of 21.
They get 21 on that one. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up second.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Out right and catch made. That's Ibuka. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And he's close to another first down. It's brought down just shy of the marker.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 25-yard line.
2 minutes remain. Greg and I back for the conclusion. In a moment, 2nd and a yard. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
We're going to find out pretty quickly how aggressive this head coach wants to be here, Mike. All the analytics say on the plus side of the 50, you've got to go for it. You have to take advantage of this field position and try to come away with 6. Big decision here, but I think they've got to go for it.
Here's a shot toward the end zone. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face 1st and goal. They'll try to run with White. Trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Baker to throw. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Baker Mayfield. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Bucs are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Buccaneers, 28.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
Rams offense running back Josh Jacobs heading back on the field. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
13 yards.
Now the Bucs will take their first timeout as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. On the option, here's Williams. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their second. With stoppage, just over 50 seconds to go in this one.
2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Now, Jacobs. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25. The Buccaneers forced to use their third and final timeout. Clock is stopped. 47 seconds left here in the fourth. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win here for the Rams. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Rams are victorious as we say so long from SoFi.